Hey guys, Jake McPherson with JLA Realty, bringing you that real estate update. Today I want to talk about intermediary agents, why some brokerages don't like to use them, and the relationship between lenders and agents. Sometimes I feel like a lot of my clients misinterpret the relationship between a lender and an agent. So let's start with intermediary agents, right? So what people say when if you hear intermediary agent, what that is that's a listing agent, somebody that came, he's seen your house, you guys liked each other, an agent, and you said, "Hey, agent, I'd like for you to list my house." Right? So now that agent already has some buyers in his pool. So he says, "Hey, John Doe buyer, would you like to see Jack Doe seller's house?" He'll bring his buyer to his seller, making him the intermediary agent, right? So there's not a buyer's agent that represents the buyer and a seller's agent that represents solely the seller, right? So Texas law, you can do this. Most brokerages look down on it. I don't want to say look down on it. They don't like you to do it. It's tricky. Um, Mainly because you can't prove that you had a fiduciary duty to either the buyer or the seller, right? So that's why a lot of people they'd rather have a buyer's agent and a seller's agent. And again, buyer's agents, but all the buyers out there, I can't stress enough that when you get an agent, a buyer's rep, a buyer's agent, you're not paying them out of pocket, right? I can't stress that enough. I don't want to say it's free. Obviously, you're gonna have to come off some money to buy a house, but none of that money is going into the pocket of your agent. Yeah. So anyway, let's go over the difference in lenders and sales agents. So you have a sales agent. I feel like a lot of my clients think that I am maybe in the same company, the same whatever with a lender. You know, these lenders are separate. You can choose your lender. I prefer you to choose your lender. I can give you names of lenders. Um, I won't sit here and say lenders aren't vying for sales agents' attention, but at the end of the day, you could pick your lender as a buyer, and you should, because they'll have your best interest, which I will too. I can give you names of people, but I don't want to sit here and act like lenders aren't taking people to lunch so that you remember their name. You know, same thing I would do for a buyer. I'm taking you to lunch. I want you to remember my name. So we're not in the same company. We're not the same employees. We don't work. We work together. You know. Um, well, that being said, I'll take you to one of my buyers. Maybe a couple months ago, he was going to get, I want to say, $12,000 closing on a very small loan, $100,000, and I really didn't think it was right. And my client kept saying, "Well, that's your boy, that's your man." And I'm like, "Well, to an extent, yes. I gave you this guy's number, but I was the one that brought it to your attention that this closing cost was way too high, right?" So, long story short, that's what realtors do. We're here to look out for your financials, man. We have a fiduciary duty. That's what that means. We're we'll get in trouble. We'll get our licenses taken away if we guide you in the wrong financial direction. So, yeah, we're not in the same. I know my lenders. I trust them to an extent. Sometimes you see these I don't want to blame the lender either, right? Don't make this seem like I'm blaming the lender as much as I think he could have got a better deal. Sometimes these lenders they have to have these high closings just to get someone with bad credit. I'm not a lender, so I don't really know. I just take what I hear here and there and put things together. But long story short, I'm here for your benefit. I won't let you get taken taken to the cleaners, so to speak. So, wrapping up, we have intermediary agents, someone that's going to represent both the buyer and the seller. Um, the difference in lenders and sales agents, realtors. We're not the same people. We're not in the same company. You can still keep your sales agent and move to a different lender if you don't feel like things are working out at the lender you have. So I usually like to go over mortgage interest rates. Today I'm going to throw in the Dow, the NASDAQ, and jobs numbers, right? Because I don't want people to feel like it's looking bleak out there. It's not. It's looking great. So unemployment is up 0.1% to 3.7, which, if you watch the news, they're going to make you think everything's gloom and doom. So we have interest rates 30-year at 3.5, and the APR for 30-year is 3.6. 15-year is 2.9 with an APR of 3.1. The Dow is at 25,979, while the NASDAQ stays strong at 10,034. All right, guys. Jake McPherson, JLA Realty. If you can go ahead and click the links above these videos, maybe even subscribe to YouTube, and let's try to get this information out there. You guys have a great Monday.